Good afternoon, friends. Welcome back to Marshfield Old School Times. It's November the 8th, 2025, and we're back again with our good friend, Tom Farr. Tom, welcome.
Well, glad to be here. This is the third time.
Third time. You're a three-timer.
Fourth time.
Is it? Maybe the fourth time.
Yeah, it is fourth time.
You're right. It was. We had Tom on exactly 2 years ago this weekend. It was actually on Veterans Day, 11/11 of 23, when Tom was on the first time. And of course, we had such a great time. He came back the next week or a couple weeks later, and then we had him back several months later, and we did our first road trip with Tom around Marshfield. But Tom, you were a spry 94 then, but you're 96 now.
I sure am.
So he's an amazing guy that has such a great memory for the number of decades that he's been on the planet. So we really appreciate him coming back with us today. We're going to have some fun. We're going to kind of pick up where we left off. If those of you that were with us before, we circled the square and we went around kind of the center part of Marshfield and talked a lot about how things were in days gone by, businesses and so forth. And so we're probably going to venture out a little bit further today. We'll travel Route 66 a little bit. Of course, its anniversary, 100-year anniversary is coming up next year, and we certainly hope Tom can help us again next year, and we'll talk more about Route 66 as that takes place. We'll go down by the...
I was here for most of it.
Yeah, you were. all but about 3 years, weren't you?
Yeah.
But we'll go down here and look at the old, the little service station building that we're moving, and maybe you'll have an idea or a memory from that building. So thank you for joining us. We're recording this on Saturday morning, and then we're going to play it this afternoon. We hope to be on at 1 o'clock, but sometimes the download of this may take a little longer. So it may be a little later in the afternoon when you see it. But we're just so happy to have you here today. And don't forget, this is Veterans Weekend here in Marshfield. There will be a parade at 2 o'clock, and we want to make sure that you pause the viewing of this show long enough to go view the parade around the square at 2 o'clock. So we've got Logan Fraker, our producer, behind the camera over here. Logan, thank you again for helping us, and we're going to get this started. So we'll see you in just a minute on the road. All right, here we are again. We're heading out from the school right here on Commercial Street. We're going to go right, and so Tom, we talked the last time a little bit about MFA, and of course
the Birchfield Mills here. John Foster had a mill right there.
Yes.
And it burns.
And the Sugar Creek Creamery was here. And now let me ask you this. So, because my dad ended up working for Kraft, which bought the Sugar Creek Creamery.
Yeah.
Was MFA, did they have a creamery and sell to Sugar Creek, or was it the other way around, or how was that?
I don't remember the MFA was that strong back then.
It just happened to be located there in front of their building.
Yeah.
And of course, this was the Show Me warehouse, the Show Me substation.
Yeah.
And
I carried the mail right down through here, went in there, went back there. And of course, this was an old locker plant.
Yeah, I'm going to pull in here. So, because just tell a little bit about the locker plant and the Crawford Tire building here.
The Show Me substation and all was the right behind us.
Right.
And the office was right here.
Right.
And all the engineering department and all that was there. And one day, years later, I was coming down across Pine Street, and it was windy. It was really blowing. It was kind of a storm. And I was sitting right over there, and all of a sudden, the tin blew off of this place and lit in that substation.
Oh my gosh.
You talk about 4th of July fireworks.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
So the tin come off the actual warehouse Show Me building.
Yeah.
All right, so this first building, which has been Crawford Tire now for what, 50 years?
That was Frank Julian's.
That was Julian's canning supply company.
Yeah, and there was another building.
Yes.
In there too. Yeah.
And then this building was that the locker plant?
Yeah.
Okay, but they were all kind of connected, or were they different?
Well, Frank Stockton owned that.
Frank Stockton.
And
Julian had this one.
This was kind of empty building when I was a kid. There wasn't much in there.
the canning business was already pretty much over by then, right?
Yeah, when I was running around, yeah.
And then the locker plant building on the right here, Frank Stockton. We talked about that when Donnie Stockton was on with his grandpa Frank and then Mr. Rush.
Yeah,
and
Rush.
And then so they were partners in that building, but I think Mr. Julian had a partner, Mr. Nelson, his brother-in-law, was involved here somehow.
Yeah.
And then on the corner next to that, what would have been, do you remember what would have been there? Was that just a lot pretty much? Or?
Yeah, it was just a lot for them.
And then...
now right over there, that's
yeah.
where Foster built his... He had a mill.
Right.
John Foster.
Right.
Which is Pat Thompson's dad.
Right.
And he had a mill there, and it burned. And he rebuilt it back, and Birchfield ended up with it.
Birchfield's ended up with it, which across the street too. They had across the street. Birchfield's did, didn't they?
Yeah, but that was a different one.
That was later. Different Birchfield. Okay.
Yeah.
Now over here where Dollar General is, that was the ice plant, right? Bob Baldwin's ice plant.
No, it was up where part of the Marshfield mill is now.
Oh, okay.
D.R. Swing run that.
Okay.
Later on, Bob Baldwin did.
Yeah, I was going to say, but Bob had the block plant over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought for whatever reason, I thought the ice plant was there before the block plant. And it was there when I was a kid. He made concrete blocks.
And Jess Graves started that.
The block deal?
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Jess and Alfred Graves. And I think
Yeah.
Bob Baldwin ended up with it.
Yeah. Anything over here, of course, the phone company's here now, but...
Well, this is just all houses.
All houses?
Yeah. There was Ari Castile's house was right there.
Mm-hmm.
And these but there wasn't much in here. There was a big stockyard in here.
Yeah. I was going to say, I've heard that's where they brought cattle and shipped them out.
Yeah.
And then... Now, my dad, you'll remember this, my dad used to tell me about when you wanted to sell your coon furs and all that, you brought them down. There was a place right in here somewhere.
Yeah, Mr. Gosh, I forget his name.
And then the tie yard
that
my grandpa Roast worked for, they had a tie yard in here too, right?
Yeah.
Potosi Tie.
Yeah. Now, see, right in here, there was a Sam Roast, old Sam Roast, lived right in here where I carried his mail.
Yeah, that was my great-grandfather.
I
remember.
I knew it, the reason I brought it up.
and that was during the, I remember that. That was in the 70s.
Yeah.
Or 60s, late 60s.
And
so we'll stop here for a minute.
Carl Pittman.
Carl Pittman's Grocery.
Yeah.
And back there...
Now, Clay McVeigh lived in that corner house.
Yeah.
And Stanley McVeigh's salvage yard was right across over. Well, no.
There was a shop over here building, wasn't there?
Yeah, that was. But of course, down where that is, down there, that was the big round old water tower for the Frisco.
For the trains.
And there was a big pond over here.
Oh, there was a pond here.
Yeah.
Okay. On this side?
Just by the railroad tracks.
Right.
It was Frisco's pond.
I see.
They pumped water out of it. They filled it up. And
filled the tank up with it?
They stopped the trains here and water up.
I see.
Yeah. Jack Jarrett got shiveried and dumped in that pond.
Oh my gosh. And now Jack Jarrett would have been Mildred Jarrett's menswear.
Yeah.
So again, another connection.
Yeah.
So we didn't mention on the way down here where Casey's was another grocery store, Terry's, and then I don't know who had it before that.
No, it was across this street. It was on this side of the street.
Okay.
Terry's was.
Okay. I was thinking it was where Casey's was.
No, it's across this street. Yeah.
But Pittman's was here.
This is Pittman's here.
Yeah. And then Replogle's later years, I know, had this one. Glenn and Maxine.
Several people
made sandwiches. And
yeah.
The steel plant was going big time.
Oh,
and those boys would come over here at lunch and get them a sandwich.
Yeah.
We're just going to quickly drive out 38 a minute because I want to talk about Roast Lumber. Water tower.
Creamery had a pump collection station right there, and Coy Rader was Ivina's uncle.
Yep.
Worked there. And
that's when my dad worked for him.
And he got a permission for us to set up a croquet ground in their front yard.
Oh, really?
I played croquet one day a week for years.
Croquet court at Buddy Tower's dad's too.
Yeah.
Tell me about Hosmer Hill. What do you know? Any stories? Anything you can tell about it?
There's a lot of stories about something that got hanged out here, but I don't.
The last legal hanging or
I don't
whatever.
think so.
But did they not, before even your time, allegedly they would come out here for 4th of July picnics or something? I've always heard.
Yeah.
And then I also heard.
Our family didn't.
No.
Because we was over on the other side.
But I also heard that MSU looked at Hosmer Hill to build the university way back there, maybe turn of the century or something.
And you know about this place.
Yeah, I was going to pull into Roast Lumber just so I could have it documented in the video. So, of course, Roast Lumber, my grandpa Cale Roast, began in the 50s logging trees, and this little building on the right here is where he had a big sawmill set up, and they'd haul those trees in here.
Yeah.
Later years, they probably had it over here in later years, probably originally in the big building.
Yeah.
Because I know it was just this one big building back in the 50s.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I bought many a piece of lumber in.
Yeah, sawed oak lumber.
Yeah.
A lot of houses were built with oak lumber in the 50s.
Mine is.
Yeah. And
$5 a hundred board foot.
is that what it was?
Yeah.
$5. Wow.
Yeah.
It'd be $2 a foot now.
Yeah. And my carving wood, they charge by the square inch.
Yeah, they do. Wow.
Yeah.
But anyway, Don Roast took that business over then, my uncle, and a lot of guys have worked. We've had a lot of family members. You have too that's worked there over the years.
Yeah.
So anything on this side of the road that you can remember?
Not much of
Pretty
anything.
much farmland,
No.
wasn't it? Just farms and.
No. My folks lived over on the other side, and we didn't. As a kid, I wasn't out this side very much.
Yeah.
Why you stay local like you do, I don't know. But
Yeah. Of course, Mrs. Hosmer, Mitzi lives there, but her mother-in-law lived there.
Oh no.
Before, didn't they? No, that's right. They lived down by the school.
Yeah.
And when she
right.
passed, they moved that house out here.
Yes.
And combined two houses. There was already a house here. They put them together, and that's where all 13 Hosmer kids were raised.
Yeah. And they had a couple, 3 AFS students.
That's right. Yeah. And so have you.
And I was chairman of the president of the local chapter at that time, and I got a call from New York City, and they wanted to say, we got a new experimental program we'd like to do. We think Marshfield will be suitable for it.
Yeah.
And so I said, well, let's hear it.
Yeah.
They said, the Polish government wants to go in with us, and they will send our Polish English teachers here, and you send your Polish English teachers over to ours. And we set it up, and she stayed at Hosmer's. Her name was Jadwiga Dubrowski.
Huh.
Nice lady.
Yeah.
And the Hosmer kids have all visited her a time or two.
Wow.
And she said the one thing that she picked up in Marshfield that she loved was taken back to Poland. That was covered dish dinner. She'd never heard of one.
Oh, isn't that something? Huh. So this would have kind of been the edge of town, just about, wasn't it, back in the day?
No. It was it.
Yeah, just farms here.
But there wasn't anything north of here but cow pasture.
Just cow pasture.
Yeah. Perry Shook lived up there.
Yeah,
but this is the old Burford orchard. And when I was a little kid, this was all an apple orchard.
It was.
Yeah.
Okay, I hadn't heard that.
Yeah.
Burford Orchard.
Yeah. Grandma, after Grandpa got killed, she told me she brought her wagon, and the kids, and they went up there and they worked all day and picked. For her labor, they paid her with a wagon load of apples.
Is that right?
And my Aunt Louise and them talked about they had fried apples, and stewed apples, and baked apples.
Yeah.
More than any apples.
Wow. This was all farm or cow pasture.
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
I know Stanley Kudamelka developed some of it, and then Noel Thomas's dad, Uncle Lee, that was part of his farm.
Yeah.
That the house was down there, and
Yeah.
they developed all this.
Yeah.
Cut the roads in here in the
Now-
60s.
You see, over on Locust Street, it just went up to Burford, and that was as far as it
Stopped.
went. And I was carrying the mail when they
Over that way.
graded it on north.
I see.
Yeah.
Of course, the school was built in 1960, so we're talking about before 1960. This was nothing but fields.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
So the only street that went north would have been Pine Street.
Yes.
It went on over to the highway.
Elm Street there and Pine Street.
Elm and Pine.
Yeah.
And the last cross street would have been down here at St. Charles, I guess. Probably.
No.
No?
Well, St.
Burford,
St.
okay.
Charles was an alley when I built my
Okay.
house there.
So Burford was, but Burford, it stopped there at Sunshine, right? I don't think it went on across.
No, it didn't. This was all pasture out here.
Yeah.
And well, here's Locust Street here,
Uh-huh.
up here, and we're on Burford, aren't we?
Bedford. We're on Bedford.
Okay, well, see that street was cut in after this when this was cut in.
Right.
Yeah.
So Burford it actually went this
And
way.
I walked the mail route. We came up to Burford and turned around and went back because there wasn't anything here.
Nothing.
Uh-uh.
Now this farm that used to be in here,
Whiteside place.
Whiteside, and I think this rock is still a corner post from those
Yes,
days, right?
that's right. But this was the Circle Drive from Washington.
Yeah.
From Washington Street came up here, went down, went back out. The big old house right over here.
And so that was all part of the same farm.
Yes.
No houses.
No houses.
And that was a corner post.
Yep. Yep.
I think that's really interesting. And the old house
The
was
big
right.
house is right in here.
Yeah. Where that yellow house is.
Well, it's set back a little ways.
Yeah, but I think it was right there. Because see,
Yeah,
that's
it
a
was.
newer house.
Yeah.
Right in there.
Yep.
And this circle went back that way. Okay.
Finally, so we made the circle to walk. Instead of me deadheading back, we come on around here then.
So were there houses on this side of Vine?
Yeah,
then?
there's a few.
But over here, none. It was all a farm.
Yeah.
What did they raise there? You remember?
No.
Just
Ralph Eilers lived there.
yeah. Oh, there were a lot of Marshfield business people that lived in
Yeah.
this area. I remember Warren Waters lived over there.
Old Gus Colmar lived in that house down there.
Okay.
Gus and Rosie. That was Henry's mother and dad.
Okay. Stanley Kudamelka's lived here, and he's the one that developed all this.
Yeah.
Okay, so Pine Street. Pine Street would have been business, city route 66, right?
Yes, it was.
Coming off the highway.
Yeah.
You would come down this way
Yeah.
and went to Washington Street, went around the square down to Jackson and out.
Now this house here was Sonny Lynn's house.
Yeah.
That was Frank Dewey's son-in-law.
Right.
If you look at it, that's got the same house plans as Ruth and Catherine's.
On
Cage.
Jackson Street. Yeah.
And this was about the only house in here then.
Yeah.
And a day lived there then.
Okay.
This has all been built up since then.
And we're talking about since the 40s.
I think I don't remember who built that one. Albert Phipps built that one.
Johnny
there.
Phipps's dad.
Yeah.
See,
This house was here.
Quentin Marlin lived, I think, there years ago.
Yeah. Bud Kruger lived here.
Yep.
Bud is one of my fishing buddies.
Bud's a good guy.
Yeah.
Good guy. I think I can tell this story. I don't think anything. I think Bud would laugh about it. He was working out at Benny Fraker's one day, and Benny heard the awfulest racket and commotion and hollering, and he went in there and said, "Bud, what happened?" He said, "Oh, we just had a revolting development." And he had shocked himself hanging a light fixture or something. And Bud kind of had that German Dutch accent.
Oh, absolutely.
Revolting development.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Old 66. Now, there wasn't any business establishments through town, was there?
No.
Just,
Now, my dad bought a place right here and built a little house right in there.
oh, really? Right here?
Yeah.
Willis's house, I guess, would have been here.
No, there's
Well,
where Dad's was. Anyway,
That's Willis Case's place.
yeah, that's where Dad's was.
He built that?
Yeah.
I'll be darned.
Of course.
Country Club Cafe. We'll talk about the Country Club for a minute.
Yeah.
I'm sure you got a story or two there.
Well, yeah.
So take us back to your childhood and tell us about this whole Country
Okay.
Club to airport deal.
This whole thing up here was the golf course,
On this side.
this side. And fairway 1 and 2 was the runway for the airport. So if you was playing golf and you see a plane come in, you got off.
Is
you
that
got
right?
off.
I didn't realize
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah.
They
All
used
had
the same-
sand green, just 9 holes, sand greens,
Uh-huh.
and had a nice restaurant there.
Yeah.
George Barnes run it for, and 2 or 3 others, but
Main Course Cafe.
yeah. And then one day, T.J. Dugan and I got out of the Army. He went to work for Dad. And we got out in August of '49, and that winter, we got a whale of an ice storm. And we'd come out here for coffee break. We was at the garage, and we had an old Chevy coupe, and an old Dodge coupe. I said, you know, I bet we can cut some good circles out there. So we went out there and we just really making circles. And it come back and Dad was standing out here beside the building, told us to get back to work.
Your dad caught you.
And so we went back to work, and after a while we said, you know, I bet that ice is still there. And we come back and we was sailing down through here, and we looked up, and here come Dad and Aubrey Phipps in a brand new Chrysler coming us this way.
Oh no.
We each one just raved. We went back to work, and he never ever said another word.
Your dad and Aubrey were cutting donuts too.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Now, that's a good one.
In a brand new Chrysler.
That's great. I love that story. All right, so the cafe was here, and it had a gas station, didn't it, too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Morris George run a gas station.
mhm.
Yeah.
So across the street over here,
That was just farm.
just farm.
Yeah.
But well, what about the silo down there?
I
That
don't
was
know why that was there.
yeah.
Never did know.
But it's a silo, so it would have just
yeah,
been, there would have been a
it was-
barn
it
at
was
some
part
point.
of the old farm.
Yeah.
And when they bought that, they started fixing it up. My dad donated me and his old tractor, and I disced for 2 days.
Oh, really?
Getting those fairways right.
Yeah. Huh. That would have been in the 40s,
50s.
or in the early 50s. Okay.
Yeah.
The Haley place was here, I guess,
Yeah,
then too.
You know,
He was a mail carrier, right?
You know, you buy these little tabs that you nail on your vice boxing that folded out, went into bricks.
Uh-huh.
And all back then, all the newspapers and magazines always come wired.
Yeah.
So we saved all the wire at the post office, and those bricks are wired on there instead of that.
Instead of paying for the tabs.
Yeah.
I'll be darned. Huh.
Yeah, that was.
So that house was built then in your day. I mean,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. They was building it when I went to work post on 49.
49. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Down there really wasn't much in here
Yeah.
until you got down to the flats down there, and there was an old. You couldn't call it a nightclub. It was just a
Beer joint.
Yeah, just a beer. There was fights in there all the
Well, let
time.
me show me where that one was at. So there's wasn't much between here and
No,
there.
there wasn't anything that I remember.
Yeah.
And I don't know exactly. I haven't figured exactly where it's at, but I remember it was on the flat.
Yeah.
And,
But you know some other stuff down here. I know we've talked about some other places that used to have places, right? Businesses.
I've always thought the Irish Inn set right out in that flats right out there. That's the way I remember.
Right up here ahead of this driveway, other side of this driveway.
Yeah.
And that's the one you're calling the kind of a beer joint tavern.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't a fancy place.
Fights.
Yeah.
Everything in the world in there.
Right in here somewhere.
Yeah.
That'd have been on the land that John Bill Greer ended up with there.
Yeah, but it's in this area.
Somewhere in this
I don't
area.
know exactly where it was at. I've heard some tales about it.
Yeah.
Supposedly, one guy in Marshfield got thrown through the plate glass window by his wife. Oh, there's a deer stand down there.
Yeah. Remember any bad wrecks down this way? I know there was going the other way out of Marshfield.
Yeah.
Nothing
not
specifically.
so much this way.
Yeah.
But down at the bottom, down there, by the weed dug in, that's where the bad wrecks
That's where it
were.
was. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
go back to that direction.
Yeah. There's another beer joint on down here called Rock Haven.
Mm-hmm.
And then Luganville's come and bought it, and they cleaned it up, and they built a little dance floor on the side.
And you could go there in teenagers, in high school. Luganville's, right. I was.
As a matter of fact, when we were seniors, nobody in Marshfield, you weren't allowed to dance. Nobody knew how to dance. And so one of our teachers got this down here, and the whole class down tried to teach us all how to
Is that
dance.
right?
Yeah.
Was that a city ordinance or was that a school ordinance? School.
No, city ordinance.
City ordinance. You
Yeah.
couldn't dance in Marshfield.
No.
Wow. I didn't know that.
No.
Learned something today.
Yeah.
Again, as usual. Nothing really here. Just big,
Just
nice farms.
Just farm on both sides.
River down here. I want to talk about the little gas station that we moved. Do you remember much about it?
I remember it being there forever, and I don't remember a whole lot about it.
Do you ever remember when it was open?
I don't remember
Not
when
really.
it wasn't open. Yeah. I
Oh, you remember it was open? It was
Yeah.
always open.
Yeah.
And of course, that's on the Raider farm, the original
IW Raider.
IW Raider.
Yeah. And there's right behind it out there. There's a little cemetery.
Yeah, the Lutherans.
Yeah. That was the called it the Buck Cemetery. Lutheran Church kind of inherited that.
Oh, they did.
And then, of course, up on the hill up here, there's another Lutheran cemetery, IW Raider Cemetery.
Oh, okay. And then you've got, isn't there another one over on Rifle Range?
Yeah.
That's kind of the bigger one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Was there a church out there at one time?
That's where the original church was.
That was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they come up here from Raider, or was that just?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And the tornado took that one out, and they moved to town then.
Okay.
And they built that basement church. And they just built the basement and put a roof on it. And that was their church for a long time.
Where was that at? There,
Yeah.
on Washington Street.
Yeah.
I see.
And from the 20s up until 1948, when they built the rest of the church.
Okay.
And they had just built it, had a mortgage on it, and the crash hit. Nobody could pay the mortgage off, and the bank was foreclosing on it, and the Diggins congregation come over and paid it off.
Oh, really?
Yep, sure did.
That was in 29 or whatever, after the crash, the early 30s.
20s and 30s.
Yeah. Okay. I always wondered why there was more than one Lutheran cemetery. So, but
these are that was a family cemetery that we kind of inherited.
I see. They were kind of Lutherans and.
Yeah. There's another McElwain cemetery over south of town that they wanted us to take it over. And if they had a nice trust fund, but they wouldn't give us the trust fund. They would just give us the cemetery. So that was an easy out.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Busy this morning. Was this the same raider that was the county surveyor? Or
No,
was
that
no,
was Ephraim.
That was Ephraim. Okay. This was
They were
IW.
kin, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
There was two brothers, Andrew and Joseph, came from Tennessee and settled here.
In Raider?
Down at Raider Town.
Yeah.
IW was a pretty good farmer.
Yeah.
So, Don Davis, courthouse, he's a descendant of IW.
Okay. Yeah, he's his place
right
somewhere.
here.
Yeah.
That goes into the cemetery.
Okay.
Yeah. But Murphy lived here. Paul Murphy.
Now down here on the right is the Oakvale Inn, the one that Alf Smith ended up buying.
Rock Haven.
That was Rock Haven?
Yeah.
The Oakvale? This is where Don Davis lived.
Just before
Right here. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that was Bright. I think Bright's from.
Yeah, it's called the Oakvale Inn.
Daniels ended up with it.
Okay.
But M.F. Bright. I
Okay.
think, run
And
that.
they had, I'm assuming, gas pumps out here. And
Yeah.
the cabins are like 4 cabins or something, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Alf Smith owned that in later years. This was the
This is Rock Haven.
Rock Haven. And that's the one that became Luganville's.
Yes.
So there was a dance floor added on somewhere?
Yeah. Well, you can see where it's added on this.
I see.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much the size of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Paul Jump run that for a while.
Oh, he did.
And he was telling about during the 30s and during Sabad that the grasshoppers he had his straw hat lit up here and the grasshoppers got in and ate it up.
Ate up his hat. Was there anything on this side?
No.
Did the Rock Haven have cabins there, or just
Yeah, they did.
like a tourist camp or whatever?
Yeah. I think Harry Strickland lived back up that road.
Did you turn there to go into Niangua, or did you just go on down?
Yeah, you could.
Kind of make, yeah.
Yeah.
This used to have a curve here, I know.
Yeah, this was a bad curve.
Yeah, right.
In here.
Went over there and they cut through the. I kind of remember that.
Yeah. And Mr. Sweet lived around in there. Wasn't nothing in here. I've deer hunted in there, but didn't do any good.
You didn't. It's conservation land over that way, isn't it? Somewhere. Maybe not there.
I think there's a lot of deer in there, but I never did see any.
Yeah.
Don Davis built that house.
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay. And so
Yeah.
Niangua Junction, what all?
Yeah.
I guess it was just a small building
Yeah.
here first.
Dan Price had it for years.
Jack Clare had it too back
Yeah.
in the day.
Yeah.
I guess it was just. Was it that building or was it just another building is here or something?
I
Hard
don't
to
remember
tell.
it being that big, and I remember there was a front porch on the outside here.
On this side.
Yeah.
So it could have been just part of this building
Yeah,
here or
yeah.
something. Yeah. It kind of
It
cobbled it
looked
all
like
up.
maybe they've added to it
Added on.
from looking up there.
Yeah. Yeah, that appears like it could have been some of the original right there.
Yeah.
The rest of that's all been added.
Yeah.
And the only thing on beyond there, was there anything much beyond the Abbey Lee Court, or
There
just
was a couple more tourist courts down
little
there.
spots, but
Yeah.
nothing
I
real
don't-
significant?
No.
Got any memories of Niangua?
Oh, a few. Nothing. You know, just.
We'll just make a loop and come that way. I guess Niangua was a pretty thriving little town in its day, wasn't
I
it?
think it was, yeah.
Doctor's
had
offices.
a drugstore and a doctor's office.
Grocery store,
And,
Hewitt's Market,
and a
Dick Day Lumberyard.
Dick Day had a lumberyard. And Doc Slits had his office in there. And took my wife's tonsils out.
I think he was a pretty popular doctor in the day.
Yeah.
I think that's where Roy Blunt was born, he told me. His mother was a letterman, and they thought that Doc Slits was the greatest doctor ever lived. Remember anything about anything here? Nothing?
No.
No, just when they built 66, they had to make this little spur to get over here, I guess. Logan, you spend much time in Niangua?
No.
Not much. Didn't know there was a Dollar General.
Yeah, that's pretty new. They just built that.
And this old house right here, where John Elmore lived there.
Uh-huh.
And that was my mom's younger brother Bert married his daughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kin to the teacher, Mrs. Elmore, or not?
Hmm?
Would he have been kin to the teacher, Mrs. Terry Elmore?
Yeah.
Same
Well,
family?
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
He's more kin to Tom Lehman's wife.
Oh, Hyde, Sue Ann.
Yeah.
This was a pretty popular little Dairy Queen or dairy spot when I was a kid right here.
And
This was kind of like Main Street here, wasn't
it
it?
was. And
Yeah.
right over there was another Main Street. Dick Day's store was on
Yeah.
over there. And this was a creamery right here, and Ivena's dad worked in there.
Right here.
Yeah.
Then it was a feed mill too, wasn't it, or
Yeah.
something?
Maybe that was the MFA. I don't know.
Yeah. I think there was another building in there, but
Yeah.
Dick Day's was over there.
Yeah.
And he was Vena Brooks's dad, Dick Day, right?
Brother.
Brother.
Yeah.
That's the did you ever work the post office down here?
No,
No.
I had a chance to be postmaster, sorta,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't want it.
So that's about all there is there. The school, of course, on the other side over there.
No. I've come here to Methodist things.
That was the Methodist church?
I think so.
Wow. There was another church down there, I think. And this kind of takes us back out.
Yeah. No, Ivena, Dad, and his dad.
When she was a Raider. Right.
Worked for M.E. Gillow Construction Company. And they built bridges all over the night. And Ivena lived about Ozark, Cape Fear, and she was born in Ozark, Branson. And so when she got ready to start school, he quit that job and moved back here and got on the creamery, or MFA, I mean.
The Niangua.
Yeah, and
They lived down here.
yeah, so she graduated here, her and Stella McKeel.
Oh, they did.
Yeah,
Okay. Got Did Raider ever have a? They didn't have a high school, but did they?
No, never.
Did they have a grade school down there? Yeah.
Of the two Raider brothers, Joseph was the farmer, and the oldest, and Andrew, his younger brother, was a Lutheran pastor.
Okay.
And they came from a district of English-speaking Lutherans in Tennessee.
Okay.
And they came here, and every Lutheran church in this area, like Freistadt, Diggins,
Yeah.
Springfield,
Yeah.
they were all German speakers.
Yeah, I see.
And they wouldn't have anything to do with the English speakers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so then the president of the district, Dr. Walther, come down and got that settled.
Yeah.
And Ivana is a direct descendant of Joseph.
Okay.
Joseph. He would be Ivana's great-great-grandfather.
Great.
Boy, it's been years since I've been on this road.
Niagara
My
Road.
goodness. Mr. and Mrs. Harker came out here and built, I guess, this place. And that was Warren Waters' in-laws.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Parker.
Clear this way.
All right. Back on Old 66. We're going to head back west toward Marshfield, and when we get to Marshfield, we'll probably travel it going the other direction. So, can you remember back in those days before I-44, as far as the travelers
Oh, yeah.
and the stop? I mean,
Yeah.
of course, even after they divided the highway and moved some of it on north, which what would become 44, it was still a busy road.
Yeah, it was.
You know.
This was the only road.
Yeah.
I mean, this was the mother road at the time.
Right.
And
It's hard to fathom how much traffic, because I mean, in the early 50s, there would have been a lot of traffic after the war. People traveling and moving about.
we lived right off the 66 right there in Marshfield, and we'd see those trucks coming with the propane, not propane, but the acetylene gas trucks and oxygen had the bottles. When we were little kids, we thought those were bombs.
Yeah. Well, propane was hauled that way too, kind of in those long cylinders.
Yeah.
Brooks is when they started, that's how they.
This is before Brooks Gas.
Yeah.
This is before World War II.
Right. So when you guys were in school, I've heard Dad talk about it. You pretty much, like sports, they pretty much played what? Buffalo, Conway, Phillipsburg. No
Buffalo.
No Buffalo. Okay. Elkland.
Marshfield, Ava, Ozark,
Okay.
Seymour, Rogersville. And that was the altitude league.
That was altitude. Okay. Well, I thought I heard you talk about Conway and Phillipsburg too.
Okay, but they were in the
Different league.
yeah.
Okay.
We did play them.
I see.
But they weren't in our league.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we always played 9. We always played Conway.
Yeah. How about Elkland?
Elkland didn't have much.
They didn't.
Yeah, they had a basketball team.
Right.
Yeah. I'm a member of the rifle club over there.
Yeah. Right down the road. That started what, 60s or before that?
Well, I was in it when I was in high school.
Oh, but did they have the range there yet?
No, wasn't there.
No, it wasn't there.
It was. We put it in right beside Hat Haley's house.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I can't find where it was at.
Yeah.
But Hat Haley was a member.
Uh-huh.
C.R. McDonald, Paul Rathbun,
Mm-hmm.
Skeeter Hargis, me, Sam Goza.
Yeah. Huh.
I qualified for the NRA when I was in high school. And I shot Paul Rathbun's rifle. You could drive tax with that darn thing.
Pretty accurate, huh?
Oh my.
Was he the?
Unbelievable.
Was he the? He had the pharmacy.
Yeah. There wasn't another rifle in this country like it. He bought it. He ordered it special.
Yeah. These were all some nice homes built back in the 60s, weren't they?
Yeah.
They were nice estate homes
Yeah.
for Marshfield in the
Yeah.
day.
With this rifle, you could hold it in a group like that at 50 yards, 22.
Wow. Huh. Okay, so there really still wasn't anything other than they were building some homes. No businesses through here.
And then they started, trucks would come up that hill,
Yeah.
grind up, and then they'd start down through here, and they didn't realize what
How
they were
sharp
doing and
the
how
curve.
sharp that corner
Right.
was, and they'd go right off.
Right. So, tell me,
Skating
Yeah.
rink was right over there.
tell me about the skating rink and what do you remember the big lake that
Oh yeah.
let's pull that direction because I want to hear more about that. There was an article in the history.
I
article.
read that.
Yeah, and I just skating rink was where was it at? Like where the apartments are, kind of, or
the skating rink was there.
Yeah.
Then, but the lake was up behind the bleachers up here.
yeah. Did they have a ball field down here, or just
Yeah, so
fairgrounds? Yeah.
and the JCs come over here, and we put in a little railroad right in that flat
Yeah.
right there. But we didn't last that long because some boys got on there and turned their cars over.
Really?
And right up through here is where the lake was.
Right here
Yeah,
in the low spot.
yeah. Oh, it's all up about where that car was at up there.
Right. And that was Chick Robertson's family that had the house up there,
Yeah,
the big house.
yeah.
Was that D.W. Robertson or whatever his name was, or something?
Why'd you go through here?
Yeah.
Well, there's two Chick Robertsons.
Oh, there was?
Yeah. But that lake was all this. See right in down in by that low spot right there.
Yeah.
That was the lake right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Was the dam, where was the dam at?
Well, it was right about in here.
About in here?
Yeah. About where that light pole is.
Yeah.
Power pole down there.
Why do you reckon they took it out?
Oh, it just got filled up,
Yeah.
and
probably decided to need more room for the fairgrounds.
It was more trouble than it was worth.
Right.
But I've spent many time playing around that lake.
Did they ice skate in the winter on it?
Nobody had skates in.
Nobody had skates.
Because see all that water backed up to about in here. See? And you catch a fish or two in there.
Yeah.
And there was of course, the tennis courts is right up there.
Yeah.
And you could come down up there and you come right, sail down through here on your sled and make it right in there.
Yeah, now we did sledding when I was a kid.
Yeah.
We sledded in here. Yeah. It's great fun.
Yeah.
The Shackelford Spring fed this, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So, what else did they do down here? I guess.
The Boy Scouts had a log cabin right up in here.
Oh, they did.
That was before my time.
Yeah.
But and it got vandalized so much they just finally tore it down. But I remember doing my cooking thing up where the cabin was.
Yeah. Huh. Did you ever spend much time at Camp Arrowhead?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did.
That's a pretty big deal back in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
People traveled, boys came from all around.
Oh, yeah.
So this, obviously the rock building was there and the Centennial was built in the in 55 and the kitchen building and then the old cattle show barn and
that's
about it. Now, Dad, what they call this? Was it Mulberry Hill?
Blueberry Hill.
Blueberry Hill.
Yeah. There was a song about Blueberry Hill.
Good place to maybe go on a ride and park, right? Did you guys ever do that? Did you ever park?
Oh, let's don't go in. We're online. I used to come here and pick persimmons right in there. And good ones.
Yeah. Yeah, if you were Amish, I'd say, well, did you ever go on a buggy ride down to Blueberry Hill? Well, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of history, this old fairgrounds.
Yeah, there is. When I joined the Scouts, we took care of the parking. And with uniform, we'd park them all over there.
Yeah.
And
what do you remember about this park right in here? Now there was a spring down here too, right?
yeah, but it wasn't really much of.
Yeah. I've always heard.
Well, Don Bruce's house said right
Yes,
there.
I remember that, but I always heard there's a car park buried somewhere down here. I don't know if it still is or not.
A what?
A car?
I never heard that.
Never heard that? Somewhere down in here.
Yeah. No, Don Bruce's house is right there.
Okay.
That's a nice park they've got now.
It is a nice park.
Marshfield Park was doing well.
Yeah, they've done a great job with parks, keeping them up and looking nice. So this would have been kind of the main northern route before Route 66, wouldn't it?
It's about a halfway alley.
Yeah.
It was just a dirt road.
But it went across and went on.
It went on across there.
And then on out north.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can imagine coming off that hill.
Yes.
With an 18-wheeler and trying to make that corner.
Oh yeah. Now the We Dug In was actually right down.
Yeah.
Somewhere in here, wasn't it? Right in here.
Yeah, it was right in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was. Now, what do you remember about it? The original We Dug In.
Well, Clinton Daler's dad run it a while.
And they sold gas and some groceries or what?
Yeah. And then after they moved to 44, they lost all their business.
Yeah.
And Homer Carter got a hold of it and put the barbershop in.
Now,
And he was-
Sue Eichert told me, I think her dad,
Yeah, a lot of them.
cut Mr. Price, his Price.
Yeah.
Mr. Price
Yeah,
cut hair there.
yeah. And
So just for all the viewers and for you too, Tom, obviously this station building was fortunately given to the Route 66 initiative and the Centennial Commission or Committee from Webster County to commemorate the road by the Dills, Gary and Janet Dill, and rest her soul, Janet passed away recently, but Gary and Janet gave that to the group to preserve because they had some plans down there where it was at, and we were fortunate to be able to get it. So relocated it up here in an area that Marshfield owns the property. It'll be kept in perpetuity, hopefully, and but it will be a nice tour stop. It'll be restored to look just as it did. As you can see, we've got the new roof on it, which is a sort of a replica of how the roof would have looked back in those days.
the city council's getting all kind of crap for wasting their money on this.
Well,
they didn't have anything to do with it.
It's not their money.
No.
Now, that's not to say that there won't be some upkeep down the road,
Well,
but there'll also...
okay, the city owned the land.
Yeah.
They was going to have to keep it up anyway.
Exactly. So,
Yeah. Now, there was they did spend money in here replacing a water main.
that's right, which was going to be done anyway.
Yeah, but
And a lot of that has to do with the development up
yeah,
here.
and
but-
so
yeah,
it was in the planning
Yes.
to be in a year or two.
That's exactly
and
right.
They didn't want to put
Yeah.
this in and then have to replace it, so
That's
they
right.
went ahead a year or two earlier than planned.
Yeah, that's right.
And fixed it.
But it will be a tour stop destination nationally on the route, and it's also going to be only one of 10 in Missouri as a tour stop that will have a big 66 sign that will be a place for photo opportunity, and there'll only be 10 of those across the state. So it's going to be something that will help put Marshfield on the map.
I think so too.
And there are some people that like that, and some could care less. But
but
that's how it is in any town. But it'll be restored to its original grandeur, I guess, and I'm excited about it. I think I'm a history native or buff, and I like Route 66. So the we dug in. Then, of course, years later, this new we dug in, a liquor store basically, and they called it the we dug in.
yeah.
Logan, your arms getting tired holding the phone?
Just a little bit.
Okay, we won't be too much longer. I want to go on out. Just a little bit this other direction. Make sure we get that covered. So the old highway, Don Rose told me, Uncle Don said you could go out here to the Y, which was the edge of town where Route 66 met Jackson Street.
Yeah.
And on a Saturday night, you could just go out there. You didn't have a clue how you were going to get to Springfield, but a couple, 3 boys could go out there and stand and give a thumb and catch a ride. Might be a stranger from Illinois driving through. They'd take you to Springfield, drop you off, go to a movie, go to whatever you go eat, whatever hamburger joint, do whatever you want to do. Doling Park, go to Doling Park.
Oh, yeah, we used to love to go to Doling.
And then you wouldn't know how you'd get home, but somehow there'd be somebody up there from Marshfield.
Somebody's camping out.
Well, they sure. Troop 88. Somebody there from Marshfield that would...
Troop 88. I'm the oldest living member of Troop 88.
Well, we ought to stop in there and talk to them. It's kind of neat. But said you wouldn't know how you'd get home, but they'd catch a ride home.
That Paris Anderson lived right over here.
Mm-hmm.
And I lived in that little house right there.
Yep.
And there was a big station here,
Right.
Shell station, they had cabins.
Mm-hmm.
And this station here,
Abbott's.
Abbott, well, it's Marshall Lane.
Lane,
first.
yeah, Abbott's in-laws,
First
yeah.
Lane. And Woofters lived in here.
Where the Dollar General
Yeah.
was.
And
Big house here.
Yeah. And when before World War II, there was a little cafe in here called Mom's. That was Presley Brzez's mother.
Okay.
And I've eaten in there. And this is old station here.
And some court and some metal
Williams is right in here.
Brzez's had their deal in here too. Chickens, wasn't it, or something? Or did they have Presley Brzez's?
Yeah, he had a hatchery in there.
Hatchery, yeah.
Yeah.
Carl Young's first Marshfield store.
Yeah.
That's part of the building. They kept part of it.
Yeah.
For that laundry.
Yeah. Now, right over here where the clinic is, there used to be a nice service station there. Mr. Luganville. Actually, who put it in first was the old Drumright's folks, Al Drumright. And
right here.
Yeah, let's pull in here.
Yeah.
And they the Drumrights had it all during the war, and then when he bought the McKeel Hardware and went up there, then he sold that, and a family from Chicago, Luganville, no, not Luganville, Petersdorf,
yeah.
Petersdorf come and bought that, and they had a nice service station. They had cabins up through there, and they had a cafe. Now, Ted Petersdorf was either 1 year behind me or 2 in school. And Ted's sister and her husband run the cafe called Pete and Red's.
Pete and Red's, that's what I've heard my dad talk about it.
And that was the place to go.
Yeah,
and,
hamburgers.
Every hamburger in Webster County, you had your pickles, your onions, and stuff. But they came out with the Dagwood burger, and they put a slice of a tomato and a little piece of lettuce on it.
That was a treat.
Yeah, and we'd get out of school for lunch, and there was a mad rush to get here. And old Pete would he had so many hamburgers on the he cooked in a skillet. He didn't have a grill. And when you go in there and order a chocolate malt or a shake, he went to the ice box and pulled out a pint of ice cream, cut it up and put it in a blender.
A whole pint?
Whole pint.
Wow.
I think it's a quarter. I don't remember what they cost. We had a fight to get who'd get here first for lunch during school.
Yeah.
And Bill Bailey was my class, and his mother, Gladys, worked at Roper's, and they had a 32 Plymouth. And he'd drop his mother off school there, and he'd bring the car on school with Jim Bailey, his younger brother, and his Betty, her sister. But we came here during noon in that old 32.
Yeah. Now on this side there was another station, right?
Riggs had a little cafe right on this side. Yeah.
And the service station later on, at least, right in where Singer's is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember that building, but it was, of course, it was just kind of abandoned, or I think they were made little apartments out of those cabins in later years. But
Bob Vian lived in his first house.
Dugan's there's a big barn here, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Cattle barn.
Guy Dugan.
Yeah.
There in Whitfield, Dugan lived in the second house. And John Foster built this house back in there. That house has no stud walls in it. That's all mason.
Yeah, I think you told me, or somebody told me that.
Everybody told us, why in the world are you moving out of town?
Yeah. Yeah, none of these houses were here then.
No.
And then the old...
At least I don't remember any houses.
No, I don't think so. I think most of them were built in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
And then the old red brick house from the Civil War was out here where the Assembly of God Church is.
Yeah.
I remember when they tore that down, there was a big controversy over that. Why are you tearing that historic built house down? I guess it was in bad shape, but
And there's another old house right in here, Georgia May Music folks lived in.
yeah.
Of course, this is all fine land over here, still is.
Yeah. And on this side of the road was it?
I don't know who owned that.
Oh,
We
yeah.
used to come. We used to walk out here and squirrel hunt and quail hunt back up in there. And
I don't think we'll drive all the way out, but I wanted you to mention some other businesses between here and Stratford. I know
Well,
there was the Red Top
we're-
Inn, or the Red Oak, or
yeah,
Red Top.
Red
Yeah.
Top was up the top of the hill,
Yeah,
and that was Holman, the town of Holman.
where the Animal Paradise is, right?
Yeah,
This end
and
of
there
it.
was a little hotel there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and had a nice cafe in it. And then over here, where the roast
Yeah.
thing is, there was another little tourist court in there called Little Park Camp. I believe that's what it was.
Never heard of it.
And I'm not sure. It's Sturbins run that. She was in my class. Bonnie Sturbins
Uh-huh.
was my class.
So,
And he came in here, bought that, unknowing that there was going to be a 44, and he lost his shirt.
really?
And they left here with foul.
Bad taste.
Yeah.
Now, on down, I know where after you go through Northview and the red top on the left,
Yeah.
then on the right there was Ott's Steakhouse, right?
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
No.
It's in all the books. And they totally wiped it out with 44, but it was a
Yeah.
dancing and steaks and nightclub. Pretty
Oh,
nice
wait a
place.
minute. No, wait a minute. Wait.
Pretty
Down-
nice place.
No, down at the bottom of the hill was
Well, I thought this was
Cap Pamplin's.
okay.
Cap Pamplin's at the bottom where Smith's house was.
Oh, on this side.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was a pretty nice place. And he had it parked kind of around behind it, and there'd be political speakers go back there and they have.
Yeah.
My dad has taken me out with him out there when somebody be speaking.
You talking about the old house where Stevens lives now?
No.
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 No, out further north, across the highway.
It's across the highway.
Gotcha. Yeah, where the
Yeah.
newer Smith house was.
And,
Yeah.
and the 44 took out the house.
I see.
But there was just a little park back down along that creek.
I see.
And Cap Pamplin's sister was Mrs. Paul Rathman and Mrs. Harry Smith.
Okay.
And
So that's the tie to the Smith people.
Dad had an employee one day, and he said, "Listen, you get in my car. You get in that car and take it out to Cap's. Now it's Cap's car, and I'll come pick you up." He said, "No, don't go." Dad said, "Well, you come pick me up." He said, "I'm not going." And this guy was pretty rough.
Cap was?
Well, Dad's employee.
Oh, he was employed, I see.
And anyway, he said he went up across and he parked on the other side of 66. He wouldn't come over.
Is that right?
Dad had to walk across. Dad asked Cap. He said, "That's right." He said, "He got out here and got to cause some trouble." I told him if he ever set my place again, I'd kill him.
Oh.
And he said he knows I'll do it. Ham Corsi.
That was the employee?
Yeah.
Ham Corsi.
His name was Emmanuel, I think.
That's a different name. So I guess visualizing coming down Old 66, there was absolutely nothing over there but farm.
No.
Fian obviously owned all the land all the way to 38.
Yeah. The whole farm. Bob and Bill Fannin.
Yeah. almost an hour and a half in the head.
Yeah.
It's just been a great time to learn about our history, and I just so appreciate it.
This station that was right here, Petersdorf, that was and
nice place.
And Daryl Drumright's dad run that during the war.
Yeah.
And people would, if they had a gas stamp left and they couldn't spend, it was going to expire, they'd give them to Mr. Drumright. And if a GI come home on leave and he needed a couple of gallons of gas, he could always go to Drumright's.
Get one.
Somewhere he just
That's
had
neat.
he had a stamp or two for
Yeah.
him.
That's cool.
Yeah.
McNeely's had the tractor dealership in here, of course.
Roy Tyndall's house sit right in here.
A couple, 3 nice homes in here.
Yeah.
We tore down.
Guy Hyde, Roy Tyndall.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was Pope's house. This is Jesse Miller's house.
Yeah.
And this house wasn't there, and this house wasn't there. This way. And Drumrights lived there.
In the big house.
And that wasn't there. Frank Stockton lived here. Ruth Lynn lived here.
Peg Miller later on.
Later on, Roy
Miller.
Miller bought that. Glenn Tarr lived here.
That was the Nelson. Nelsons had that house.
No, it's Julian.
Julian. Frank
My
Julian.
dad started working there in 1929.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to tell you, Jeannie Replogle told me that Leonard Cardwell worked for your dad up there at the shop.
Well,
Or some, or...
Dad kind of just leased him the place.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
she just mentioned that this morning.
Fred Jones used to live in the house there. Walter Tyndall lived here. Old Joe Jackson lived here.
Here?
Yeah. White.
Huh.
My brother was born in that house.
Right there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember any stories that had been before your time? Any stories about the livery stable that was in this area way back?
No, I don't. Because
Okay.
now there were houses in here. Cal Klaus lived here. And Floyd Atkinson lived over here.
Yeah.
We didn't know what his name was. It was always Gobble Atkinson.
Gobble Atkinson.
And Jimmy Whittenberg started working at the post office. We cased his mail and sent him out on a route from here. He came back in and he said, he had this letter. He says, I couldn't find Floyd Atkinson. We said, well, that's Gobble. He said, well, why didn't you tell me?
Why didn't you put Gobble on it?
Yeah.
Oh, the Garsts had their house here. They tore down for that phone building.
When I joined the Scouts, Gene Garst was one of the patrol leaders, and suppose on paper, Lester was the scoutmaster, but actually, Mrs. Garst runs Scouts.
Lester's too busy making money.
Yeah. There's a Mrs. Rader lived in here. Murray Thompson lived in that house.
Oh yeah, they just redid it. It looks nice.
Yeah.
He was state rep back in the day.
Yeah. Well, he was house. He was Speaker of the House, wasn't he?
He may have been.
Yeah.
And then he ran for governor and didn't win.
Yeah.
And then Mrs. Pope, you mentioned Pope's down there. That she was a state rep too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was her secretary.
Yeah, that's right. She told me all that. Yeah, you told me that story. That's on. We got that on film.
Yeah. Her and Louis Childress. She spent 3 terms
with Louis.
2 terms with Louis and 1 term with Isa May.
Huh.
She had some tales to tell.
Yeah, I bet. I can imagine in those days there was lots of favors done for bills and stuff with whiskey bottle or who knows what back in those days.
I think most of her time was spent playing pinochle with some of the old representatives.
Yeah. Well, you have any stories of the Dickey house? Remember much about it?
No, not really. Dickey house is always there.
Mom said that she was always creeped out by it. So they lived down Maple, and when they would walk to church up here, or to Sunday school, or walk to school, it just at night, at dark, they always, it was creepy.
this Ella Dickey that lived
Yeah.
there, they said she had some tremendous Halloween parties and stuff in there for her friends.
Oh yeah.
George Milton's office was in there one time.
In this building
Yeah.
before they built this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that lot was all vacant except for the church.
Well, there's an old house set right here.
Oh, there was.
Yeah. Ollie Devereaux, I think was her name.
Yeah. The music house was right down here
Yeah.
where that
The old-
light pole is, kind of.
Yeah. Right down here.
Remember anything else being on this lot, or was it all pretty much field by then?
Well, just that old house there, and they bought it and made the music place for it.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess the South Side Market, was it already in? Not really.
I'm not sure.
Not probably when you was a
You
kid,
know,
but
When you're a kid, you kind of stay in the area of
Yeah.
your family.
Well, sure,
And
back
my
then-
family lived out north.
back then especially,
Yeah.
didn't travel like they do today.
Yeah.
Frisco Ballpark was at the.
Yeah.
It was about the. It and the fairgrounds, the only two places to play ball, I guess.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, originally that was the only place to play ball.
Frisco.
Yeah.
So it's been there a long time.
Yeah. I was with Stacy Lee yesterday. A bunch of us. We was talking. She didn't realize we had never thought about us having blacksmiths in town.
Yeah.
Well, there were several blacksmiths.
Yeah. Yeah, there would have had to have been.
Thomas's, the Loose Dutchmans, Sid Robinson's.
Well, we sure appreciate it again, and everybody watching. I think we should really remember and appreciate how much Tom means to the history of our town. I think there'll be generations down the road that would have not known any of this information if he hadn't have taken his time to spend with us to get it documented. So we really appreciate
Tomorrow
it.
night or sometime, I'll think of 2 or 3 things I should have said.
Well,
Yeah.
and you can
But
jot those down, and what we can do sometime is just, we don't have to do another road trip, but just sit down. I could even come over and Logan could film it. We could talk about anything you want to talk about. It, you know, I mean, quite frankly, there's just not many around that can remember the things that you do, and those that are even of your age don't remember the way you do. So we just feel really blessed, and I really appreciate
my class are just 2 left, Jackie Dale and Shirley Anderson.
it. Is that it? And you?
And they're both in nursing home in
Yeah.
Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, it's the cycle of life, isn't it?
yeah. Yeah.
I hope I have as good a run as you've had.
My doctor, I got an examination of it. He said, I don't understand you.
Well, I'd say there would be a lot of people that would say that. There's just not too many that could do what you do.
Looks at your stature, going to be 120. I said,
Hey.
I hope not.
Well, you could, man, you could be something that a lot of people could study and try to figure out how in the world he did it.
Yeah.
But anytime you want to do anything, yeah.
Nobody knows how blessed I am, but more than I do.
I'm sure that's true.
Yeah.
You probably thank the good Lord for it every day when you wake up, I imagine.
Yeah.
Give him the credit. Tom, thank you. We'll
Thank you.
holler anytime. Keep in touch.
Okay,
We really
will do.
appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see y'all soon next week or whenever we can have some time to do this again. Thank you all.